Here's what happens when you run a ball screen defense like this with no backside help. There's no one to take the roller, so it's just a jam. This is why I'm hedging high, by the way. This is a very soft hedge. Okay, stop. You can't sag like this if you're going to hedge. You got to be up so that you can push this guard out this way. Now it's an easy backside help right here, okay? Remember, if this ball handler here hesitates, picks up his dribble, brings his dribble back to the other side of the floor, okay, the big that's hedging can then start to rotate back onto his man, and then the backside defender can come back here. But I have to have backside help. And so what I want to do is I want to make this skip pass here as difficult, make that distance of that pass. I want more air time on that pass. So this player can drop into the gap, be in backside help, and then recover quickly. Okay? But you cannot run a ball screen defense without any backside help. That will happen every time. Right? Horrible defense away from the ball. Okay, what is Jeremy Grant? Stop. Why is Jeremy Grant standing here? Okay? We're in the gaps right here. You're providing nothing. Okay? And by the way, it looks like this player's going this way. Okay? We're going to stunt here and recover. We're in the gaps. We're where we need to be. Jeremy Grant is in no man's land. Okay? We got a gap defender right here. He needs to be much more closer to his man right here now. He should be at least another step inward so that when his man comes this way, he's going with him. But because, look at this. Look at where Jeremy Grant is now, and look where his man is now. Again, this, first of all, look, and the other thing is that this player's dribble's picked up. Okay? This player's dribble's picked up now. So there's no reason for Jeremy Grant to be here. Now as the dribble's picked up, you should be out guarding your man. But Jeremy Grant doesn't do that, okay? Look at now, he's late to get to his man, so it's just an easy rip and go, and it's a jumper. All right, again in the post, where are you sending your man? Look at right here, okay? If you let him spin this way, there's no help. Right here, we should be dropping into the gaps, okay? So that this player puts the ball we're forcing him to the middle, and then when he comes this way, we can just dig, recover, okay? That's where the post dig's coming from. If you let him spin this way, there's nobody to dig in the post. Guess where he lets him go? Away from where the post dig is, so it leads to 2. This is a terrible switch. Why are you switching Isaiah Stewart onto Kentavious Caldwell-Pope? Look, he's going to absolutely dust him and hit him with a 3. Okay? So again, right here, stop. Hedge this screen. Okay? Up. Okay? Push him out this way. The backside helps coming here. This player can slide down and occupy these two players right here, and we can do different, we can X out depending on where the rotation of the ball gets made, but the point is Corey Joseph is staying on Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Isaiah Stewart staying on a big, but we're not switching this. Now we've got a total mismatch. Isaiah Stewart has no chance, and it's a 3-pointer. Okay, so we're going to look at Cade Cunningham here. A lot's going on here. First of all, there's going to be a ball screen. The Pistons are going to switch. So Cade Cunningham doesn't need to be in backside help. Then the Pistons are going to scram switch right here. Okay, again, Cade Cunningham is not involved in that. So, again, if you're Cade Cunningham, your back should be to the baseline, and you're seeing ball and you're seeing man. You're never taking your eye off either for more than a second. Your head's on a swivel. When you take your eye off your man for this long, you're just going to give up a backdoor, an easy, look at this. He has no idea where his man is until it's far too late, and it leads to a 2-shot foul for the Wizards. It's just a bad switch. You can't sag if you're switching. Look at this sagging. Here comes the ball screen. Look at the sagging. Right now, you should be level to the screener. Okay, you're level to the screener, so when this player comes off it, boom, you're ready to guard. But again, because you're sagging, look what happens. This guard comes off the screen, and now this player's got to sprint out. Look at how they're still sagging. Let's see how he has to sprint out. So now he's never actually able to guard the man one-on-one. He drives the lane, draws help, and it leads to an open catch-and-shoot 3. That's a bad switch. Okay, so I don't know what Jeremy Grant's doing here. If you're Jeremy Grant, you've got, as your player comes down, I mean, this is just so elementary. You've got to stay down with him. You can't let him get, look at that. Why is he behind you? Okay? Because now all he's got to do here is just come right here, and now he's got you sealed. Stay underneath him, okay? And what really should be happening is as this player gets down, you're getting closer to him and nudging him out, pushing him out, getting him out of the, you're not letting this big for the Wizards just chill in the lane. You are over and you are pushing him out. But I don't, no idea what Jeremy Grant's doing. And now look, now he's sealed, so it's just going to lead to a catch and an easy 2. That is pathetic. Bad transition defense. We're going to identify Jeremy Grant here. You have got, so Washington's got it. Sprint back. Sprint. Hustle. Come all the way back. If you're too tired, then we should take you out of the game. Look what Jeremy Grant's doing. Look at this. He doesn't move at all. Then he's lollygagging. If he had been sprinting back the whole time, now he can get to right here. Okay? And then look what happens, what we have with here. See, right here, well, Corey Joseph, I don't know why he's going towards the ball. He should be sprinting back too to trail back to this Wizards player here right now. But if Jeremy Grant is sprinting back the whole time, this player is sprinting over. If he's sprinting back the whole time, this player trails here, and Jeremy Grant can get to this last Wizards player here. But Jeremy Grant is jogging, and now you've just put your team in an awful spot. I mean, that is what? First of all, on this post-up, Cade Cunningham does a pretty good job of making him catch it out high, okay? But right now, Cade Cunningham, where you need to send him to the middle of the floor. You can't just let him directly back you down. You got to force him to the middle of the floor where we can dig. Right here, this player can dig, recover, okay? But look how you let him back you straight down. You let him go this way, okay? See, again, if you make him catch this, okay, and now you angle your body where he can only go to the middle of the floor, now we can dig and recover. Okay, this player can drop a little bit, okay, dig, recover. So you don't force him to the middle of the floor. Now here comes a double team. Now you got to rotate, okay? This is very basic, okay? You immediately have to rotate here, okay? And then this player guarding the man in the corner here needs to immediately rotate there. This player then rotates there, and then the man that doubles comes just right onto this man here. But the Pistons get this first rotation right, second rotation wrong, so it's a wide open catch and shoot 3. All right, first of all, you don't defend this cross screen the right way, okay? That's going to hurt you, okay? Right here, this player's man setting a cross screen, jam him as he comes through so this player can easily get on the other side. See, when you knock him off a spot, look at when you don't knock him off a spot, look at how much lower he's catching this ball. He should have caught the ball easily another step out, okay? Then we can actually dig in the post. But he caught the ball too low, so we get a double team coming. But that's not really the problem. Again, Jeremy Grant, you have to send this player to the middle of the floor, okay? Right now, bring him this way. I got a gap defender right here. I can stunt, and I'm getting his dribble picked up outside the free throw line, okay? I can stunt, easy recovery because I'm already in position. But you let him go away from where your gap help is. You're left on an island, and it's a blocking foul and 2 shots for Washington. All right, so we have multiple mistakes here. One, they're going to switch this ball screen, okay? And dribbles picked up, okay? Dribbles picked up. You have no need to be standing here. Look at this. Dribbles picked up, you're still standing. No, the dribble's picked up. There's nothing for you to do. Just get out to your man, okay? Why are you standing in no man's land? Because look at how much harder it is to defend one-on-one. See how harder? Now you got to fly out, and you're never able actually to guard your man, and it leads to a jumper. That's mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 is look at this right here. This defender right here's back is totally towards the ball. No, you open up, okay, back to the baseline, okay? So now that when this player comes this way, you can stunt, okay, help out this defender right here. You're in the gaps, so you're just stunting and easily recovering. But you're opened up. You're seeing ball and man at all times, head on a swivel. So this player has absolutely no idea what's going on with the ball. That player's out of position defending the ball, and it leads to an easy 2. And this is awful boxing out, okay? First of all, this player. Get into this player's jersey, use your butt, push him out, okay? Same thing here. Get into his jersey, use your butt, push him out. Then they have no chance of getting the rebound. When you don't do that, you turn them into 50-50 balls. And guess who gets the rebound? The Wizards. Okay, now this is like transition, though. Okay? You got to fly out to find a body off an offensive rebound. This player here's got to come out here. Okay? Kelly Olynyk, I guess, can take here. This player takes here. But you got to communicate this. This player's got to come out here. Okay? But he's just standing in the middle of the charge circle when this player catches the ball. See, if you come up here, fly and come up here, we got defenders in the gap right here and right here. So you can get beat a little bit because there's no driving lane. But when you stand here, now look, now this player is just going to drive right to the rim and right to inside the lane and get an easy little jumper. This is a terrible defensive 3 seconds call, and it happens really because watch what happens here. This ball screen's initially getting ready to get set, and this player's ready to come over and backside help. But this ball screen gets delayed because guess what? This player's going to start leaning towards the screen early. Look at how he's leaning towards the screen, so this player's going to be able to try and refuse it a little bit. Okay, where he should never have been able to. Okay, so now look, this player's still standing and waiting. Now he needs to understand right now that if this ball screen gets set, he needs to be over here, okay, out of the lane, okay, and then when they come off this ball screen again, boom, you're just flying over here to get into backside help. This player here occupies these two players 2 passes away, and we're good. But the reason that there's 3 seconds here is that look at this player leaning towards the screen early. So now this player is able to go this way, okay, and create some space because you're cheating the screen and he's able to refuse it. If you just right now play him straight up one-on-one, okay, make him use the screen now this backside defender can come up without being in the lane for too long. This player can sink down and guard these Wizards 2 passes away, and we're good. But you let him refuse the ball screen to create more space. This player's just camped in the 3 second lane, okay? And now by the time he comes off of it, this player's just been standing there too long, and it sends the Wizards to the line for a free throw. Problem with drop coverage is you have no chance on a pick and pop. Look at this. So you're in drop coverage. Kelly Olynyk drops towards the ball, so you're asking him to drop towards the ball, then recover back to the three-point line. That's never going to happen, and you give up a wide-open catch-and-shoot 3. So we need backside help on a pick and pop, just like a pick and roll, okay? So Kelly Olynyk should be hedging, number 1, okay? Get this guard out of the lane, okay? And now let's take a look. So you're hedging right here, all right? Now this player here can come up over here and be in backside help, okay? And then this player here is going to occupy these 2 players 2 passes away. If a skip pass is made to this man right here, it's just a very basic X out, okay? This player then rotates up. The man that went to take out the backside help just simply rotates back there, and then Kelly Olynyk then rotates onto his man who pops. So you're Xing out of it. But when you run drop coverage on a pick and pop with no backside help, it's target practice. It's just wide open threes. Defend this down screen poorly, so here comes the down screen. Stop right here. Okay, let's back it up a second. This player here has just got to stay attached to his man's hip right here, and then you defend the down screen where this player is attached to the man setting the screen, and you show. Okay, so now you can just chase because this player is going to have to go out, and the chase can happen. You can't cheat the down screen early. Look what happens. Look at how this player is going towards the down screen early. Okay, so his man's just going to refuse it and get right into the lane. Now we have to switch late, which causes problems because look, this player here, look where this player is going to start. He's going to start to go towards the man who just he was covering that refused this down screen. So now he's late to get back out, so it's just rip and go drive, draw help, catch and shoot 3. Hate drop coverage, but you're also not even executing drop coverage. Drop coverage, this big drops towards the ball. You have to fight over the top. You cannot go under. This guard's going to go under on this drop coverage. That's death, okay? And it leads to just an easy drive to the rim and a layup, which causes a 2-shot foul. So again, I wouldn't run drop coverage. If you are running drop coverage, you have got to go over the top. You can't go under like we just saw. But I would much rather hedge, push this guard out this way, backside help right here. This player is easily able to occupy these Wizards 2 passes away, and I'm pushing that guard towards the sidelines, not giving up the lane. But when you run drop coverage and you go under instead of over, that happens, and just bad things happen, 2 shots. Terrible gamble. We always talk about your back to stop. Why are you just back to the baseline? Okay? You're seeing ball, you're seeing man. When you start denying like this, look at how this player's denying because his back's to the sideline. When you start denying like this, okay, this happens. Look at this. You're out of position, so now this player was able to catch. Look how out of position you are. Okay, it's a bad gamble, whatever, but you're way out of position. Now this player is able to get to the lane, and then on this missed layup, nobody's there. There's no one there to box him out. We should be boxing him out here too. So on the missed layup, then this player gets an easy offensive rebound, and it leads to a catch-and-shoot three. Drop coverage is just straight garbage. What a horrible ball screen defense. Look at this. You're putting this player in a 2-on-1. This big against these two Wizards. Okay? I mean, I guess this backside defender needs to slide over. I don't know. It's a tough spot because this kick-out pass is easy to make. So what ends up happening is it's a lob dunk. So get out of your stupid drop coverage. It is such an awful ball screen defense. Okay? Stop. Kelly Olynyk is up. Push this guard out this way, okay? Backside defender can creep up here, so we have backside help. If a skip pass is made all the way here, it's an easy recovery, okay? But instead you're in drop coverage, giving up 2-on-1s, and it leads to just alley-oops. Impossibly bad defense defending the down screen. Look at Kelly Olynyk. His man is setting this down screen. If you're Kelly Olynyk, you've got to get attached to the screener. He's clearly setting a down screen and show, so Kentavious Caldwell-Pope can't curl. If you show, you make him go out a little bit, and that allows this chase to happen. But when you don't show, this happens. Look at Kentavious Caldwell-Pope curling. So now, again, this chase is useless, and it leads to an open jumper. Just awful. Why you don't switch over the top. Here comes this ball screen switch. Okay, stop. Why is Jeremy... Look at this. See how Jeremy Grant's switching over the top? No. Here comes the ball screen right now. So if the switch is coming, Jeremy Grant's got to immediately get underneath and then battle for real estate. Push him out immediately. Battle for real estate now, immediately after you switch. Okay? Look what happens when you switch over the top. Now you're just letting this player get to wherever he wants to on the floor. Then he's going to have you sealed like this. See how he's got him sealed? That's all because he switched over the top. And they're just going to easily throw it down low for an easy 2. So this is a ludicrously bad switch. I would never switch Isaiah Stewart onto a guard, okay? I'm hedging. I'm pushing this guard out. Look at this. Where is this roll man even going? He's walking right into backside help right here, okay? But you do this stupid switch. So now if you're Isaiah Stewart, you have to force this player to the middle of the floor, okay? Look at this. I have gap help coming right here. So if I'm forcing him towards the middle of the floor, now this player here, okay, I'm up. This player here now knows that I need to slide over. I'm sending him to the middle. Then I can just stunt and recover. Isaiah Stewart's going to get killed on this play, okay? But I need to if he gets killed, get killed to where I have gap help. If you let him go this way, there's no gap help. It's an awful switch, which I never would have made, and it's just going to lead to an and one for the Wizards. All right, so the Wizards are in the bonus here, okay? You can't foul. If you're Cade Cunningham, right now the Pistons are planning on switching this. Get underneath the screener, okay? You have to, right now, switch. So boom, boom, underneath the screener. Look what happens when you switch over the top like this. Now you end up fouling him, and that sends the Wizards to the line for 2. You got to switch underneath the screener. Bad transition defense right here, okay? Look at this player right here. You are not trailing towards the middle of the floor. We have a player guarding the ball here, okay? Look at this. Stop. Why are you not trailing wide? Sprint and trail wide, okay? You know the player back is stopping the ball. So trail wide and sprint back. Look at it. Instead, you're sprinting towards the ball. No, you should be right here. So now you're able to guard this area. This player is sprinting back wide. He should be able to guard this area. But you're going down the middle of the floor, going towards the ball, I guess, where we already have a defender. No, again, all the way back there, you're trailing wide. And you have to communicate this. Someone's got to communicate. I got balls. So this player back here knows, no, I don't need to be trailing towards the ball. I need to be trailing this way, just like this player is trailing this way. But instead, you trail towards the ball, so there's nobody to take that player, and it leads to Oh, a put-back dunk. This is bad camera work, but look at where we can see. Why are you denying out here? Why? Don't guard past the three-point line away from the ball. If you just drop to the three-point line here, okay, now you're in the gaps. Now I can stunt and easily recover, okay? But look at this. This player's out past the three-point line, so this player has a driving lane that should never in a million years be happening. And he's able to get right to the goal for a layup because you chose to guard beyond the three-point line when you should have been inside the three-point line or at least at the three-point line where you can stunt, get the dribble picked up early, and recover. That's terrible. Okay, so this is awful defense. All right, first of all, we got a flare screen coming. Right now, right now I can see this player calling out a flare. So right now, Isaiah Stewart, or who is this? It's Sadiq Bey, sorry. Sadiq Bey has got to be calling out flare, flare, flare. So Cade Cunningham knows to get up and over the top early. You stay opened up, but Cade Cunningham can't get hit with this flare screen. Look at all the chaos it causes when he gets hit with this flare screen. Now we got two people going towards the ball, so this player is going to be late to get out. Now, when this player gets out, again, we're talking about the shell drill here. So this should never happen, okay? This should never happen. Cade Cunningham's over the top, doesn't get hit with the flare screen. This player opens up and is here, okay? But so now, okay, where are we going? Another problem. Why are we hugging the three-point line? Ball's at the top of the key. Get in, okay? Much closer to the elbow. You can even have your left foot on the elbow, your right foot in a wide stance away from the elbow. So when this player comes this way, I can stunt, get his dribble picked up early, and easily recover because I'm already in position. This player should already be right here with his right foot on the elbow, his left foot in a wide stance. So if this player had come this way, again, stunt, easy recovery, okay? But we got the flare screen got screwed up, so this is all helter-skelter. Jeremy Grant is in no position, the shell drill, in no position to be in the gaps defensively. So now this player is just going to be able to drive right to the rim, okay? And Isaiah Stewart's going to be forced to foul, and it's actually an and one, and it sends the Wizards to the line for the and one now. This is a bad switch, okay? This is a bad switch by Isaiah Stewart, okay? Why is Isaiah Stewart still battling with this screener? Right now, if you're switching, okay, immediately, Isaiah Stewart is up, ready to guard one-on-one. Immediately, this player is getting down and switching underneath the screener. But look at this. Isaiah Stewart is still battling with the screener for absolutely no reason. So now he's never actually able to guard this man one-on-one, who's just going to blow by him because he was battling with the screener for no reason, and it leads to an easy two. No reason to switch this down screen. There's just none, okay? Right now, this player can easily chase off his outside hip. This player can show, so he has to go out, and this chase happens, okay? But if this is a god-awful switch here, okay? Look at this switch right here. Why? You can't switch out like this right now. Okay, right now, if you're switching this down screen, it's now, okay? Switch, switch, switch. So this player knows to go here. This player knows to go here. When you switch like this, it's similar to going up the gut of a down screen. Okay, look at the angle you're switching on. So now Kentavious Caldwell-Pope can just, you're never actually able to guard the man one-on-one. You've got, if you're switching a down screen, which again is totally unnecessary, but you got to right now decide you're switching. So this player goes here, this player goes here. You can't switch over the top like this because look where Kentavious Caldwell-Pope's going to catch the ball. Now he's just able to rip, go into the lane, and look, Isaiah Stewart's got to leave his man to come try and clog up the baseline. And so now when the shot goes up, Isaiah Stewart then can't box out his man, and it just leads to an easy putback because of horrific defense defending a down screen. Transition, you get cross-matched, and you're not going back, and you're not getting back to a random spot on the floor. You're getting back to bodies. So right here, look at this. This player needs to go right here, okay? This player can go here. Isaiah Stewart can go here. But because this player's trying to get over here, he's late for no reason. This player's saying, I got this guy, okay? You take this guy. But look what happens. This player goes to take that guy, so now look at how low he gets on the floor, okay? So right now his dribble's picked up, though, okay? So if you're Isaiah Stewart, all right, look what needs to happen. This player you need to get out here and find a body. This is getting to a random spot on the floor. No, find a body. Finding a body, finding a body, finding a body. But Isaiah Stewart is just going to stand in no man's land on a random spot on the floor as opposed to finding a body to guard. This player's dribble's picked up, so there's nothing to worry about. Okay? But Isaiah Stewart's just going to stand in no man's land, and now that body that you're supposed to get back to beats him back door, and it's an and one. Can't sag. Look at Jeremy Grant sagging. Stop. So this player does a great job of ultimately being in the gaps. But again, because Jeremy Grant sags, you're giving this player a runway with no resistance. Okay? Look at this. Look where you're getting this dribble picked up. Inside the lane because you sagged, right? Because you gave him a runway. Look at this. You don't start resisting his drive until it's too late, till he's already in the lane. And he's just going to get it, and it's going to be an easy two. So now, because this player is doing such a great job of getting into the gaps, okay, if Jeremy Grant is up, no airspace, bringing him to the middle of the floor, now we're stunting, and his dribble is getting picked up outside the lane. That's a huge difference, okay? So now we stunt, recover, dribble's picked up outside the lane. But because Jeremy Grant sags, look at this. He doesn't even stop his drive at all until he's in the lane. So now that gap defense is too late because of Jeremy Grant sagging, and it's 2 points. You first don't defend the down screen the right way, of course. Here's your down screen. This player should be up and showing, so this player can't curl coming right off of it. He has to go out a little bit, and this chase can happen. Look what happens when you don't show. See, look at this. Look at the separation now. See how he's curled right off the down screen? So now they're going to get into a ball screen that the Pistons are forced to switch. Okay, this is a bad switch. Isaiah Stewart's guarding a point guard, but you're forced to switch because you didn't defend the down screen the right way, okay? And Isaiah Stewart's just going to get toasted, and it's going to end up being an open three. What is Cade Cunningham doing here? Okay, they're going to throw the ball into the post. Let's stop. First of all, why is Cade Cunningham inside inside the block? He should be, again, and he's moving his feet. Look at him move his feet, okay? Right now, Cade Cunningham should have his left foot on the block, right foot out this way, okay? And as soon as this skip pass is made, boom, you're gone. There's really nothing for, this is no man's land. Okay? If we're going to dig or be in the gaps, it's going to be right here. There's the ball. Okay? Cade Cunningham is just standing in absolute no man's land, accomplishing nothing. Okay? And now look. Now the skip pass gets made, wide open three. Again, this is a switch I really wouldn't make. Look at how easy it is to hedge this screen. You hedge, and the backside defender is literally standing and waiting right here. Okay? But you switch this screen. If you're Isaiah Stewart, okay, what are you doing? You've got to force him to the middle of the floor. Look, if I force him to the middle of the floor, I have gap help right here and right here. If I allow him to go this way, I have no gap help. And guess where he lets him go? Right to where there's no gap help, and it leads to an easy fadeaway jumper. Bad one-on-one defense here. Again, where are you sending him to? Okay, first of all, Kelly Olynyk right now should have a one toe on the elbow, wide base, back totally to the baseline. Jeremy Grant should not be sagging at all. In fact, Kelly Olynyk can get up a little bit, okay? Jeremy Grant should not be sagging. Bring him this way. Kelly Olynyk can stunt, easily recover back out because he's already in position. But you sag like this, so now you just let this player get into the lane earlier than he should, and look what happens. Now there's no gap help because look what you ended up doing. You letting him spin that way, okay? Right now you should just be up with no airspace. Kelly Olynyk can get up with his back to the baseline, and now look at, he comes this way, stunt, recover. But instead, you sag, so you let him get into his moves. You don't even start resisting his drive until he's at the free throw line. Then you let him spin away from where your gap help is, and it's a two-shot foul. Terrible positioning away from the ball. Okay, right now, all right, what is this player doing? You're mauling the three-point line. You need to have, like right now, look at this. All right, you should have 1 foot on the elbow, 1 foot wide, so that when this player comes this way, you're already in position. Stunt, recover. And where is his dribble going to get picked up? It's going to get picked up outside the free throw line, okay? But instead, you're late arriving into the gaps. Look at that. So now his dribble's picked up inside the free throw line. That draws help at the rim, so there's nobody to box out. the man that went to help at the rim, and it's 2 points. Again, if you're Corey Joseph, you got to know where to send this player. These players here need to be yelling out, I'm in help, okay? You can slide over, maybe a half step in. But this is where you want to send them, right into gap help. There's no place for him to go. Stunt, easy recovery. But you let him go away from the gap help right here, okay? And now look, now it's just a straight line drive to the rim, and it's going to be a 2-shot foul. Okay, so we got a flare screen coming. Now, first mistake is, why is this player attached to his man setting the flare screen? When you set a flare screen, you can back off a little bit to show a little bit. But what needs to be happening right now is this man is clearly setting a flare screen. So I'm backing off and showing just a little bit, a step, maybe 2, okay? And now I'm yelling out flare, flare, flare. So Jeremy Grant knows that he needs to get attached. He needs to get over the top. Okay, he needs to jump up over the top. But you're attached to your man, okay? But now you can get over the top of this flare screen early. Okay, the miscommunication. First of all, this player isn't back, right? When you're calling out a flare screen, you should be a step back, okay? And then Jeremy Grant's got to, again, know the flare screen's coming, okay? So right now, boom, I'm up and over the top, and I'm going to beat this flare screen, so I'm not going to get hit with it, okay? But Jeremy Grant's going to go under the flare screen, which is a no-no. This player is attached to his man sitting the flare screen as to taking a step back and showing, which is how you're supposed to defend a flare screen. And look what happens. Jeremy Grant takes a bad angle, so now he's going to get beat with a pump fake and go drive. The defense is scrambling, and it leads to an open catch-and-shoot 3. Horrible switch on this dribble handoff right here. Stop. Okay? If you're switching this dribble handoff, it should be, the communication is now. Okay? So this player knows he needs to get up. This player knows he needs to get immediately underneath the screener. Okay? Look what happens, though. We get 2 people going to the screener, nobody going towards the ball. Now Cade Cunningham's got to come all the way over here. So what's that do? Now Cade Cunningham is late to get out to his man here, okay? And now the other problem here is Cade Cunningham's this is Killian Hayes, my bad. Killian Hayes is going under this right here. You got to jam the screener. If you're going under, up, jam the screener with your body so this player doesn't have nearly as far of an angle to go under. But you screwed up this dribble handoff switch, okay, which forced Killian Hayes to have to come all the way over here because your switch was so bad, okay? And now look, now he's late to get out here. You don't jam the screener at all to let him have an easier route to go under. So now he's going to have to go take a much difficult route to go under. That draws help and leads to a wide open 3. So 2 mistakes there leading to an open catch and shoot 3. Horrible transition defense here, okay? So right now you've got to be identifying this. Kelly Olynyk is getting back towards this area. But if you're this player here, you've got to see that why are you getting back here? This player's guarding right here. So you've got to see this. Like right now, you should be sprinting to get over here, okay? This player's being guarded by a Pistons player who's not in our screen. So look what happens here. Because this player is just getting back to a random spot on the floor, look at this. This player's right here. No, he should have been getting back to, it's been sprinting over here because this player is being defended by a Pistons player who's already back. So again, if this player's sprinting over here, look what ends up happening. Now this player is over here. Okay, Kelly Olynyk can then take here, and this player can stay home here. Instead, this player's getting back to nowhere because this player's being guarded and this player's being guarded. Okay, and that's something he should have easily seen. Like right now, this player clearly has the ball. This player clearly has this man. So sprint, this is where you need to sprint to. Okay, someone should be communicating that, of course, but that's where you got to go. Okay, but instead, this player is getting back to just no man's land, and now look. Now this player here has to slide up here where this player should have been, okay? Or at least that's where Kelly Olynyk should have been, and he should have been here, one way or the other, okay? But now, there's uneven numbers, so it leads to an open catch-and-shoot 3. This is horrible defense right here out of a baseline, out of bounds. First of all, we have a cross screen coming, okay? So you don't need to switch this cross screen. It's just jam this player as he comes through the cross screen, knock him off a spot, and this player is able to get through. But if you do switch, the communication has to be perfect, okay? And it's not. Right now, if you're switching this, you got to be calling it out, okay? Switch, switch, switch. So this player's here, this player's here. Look at our problem here. We have two people going towards the ball, nobody going towards the man setting the screen, okay? So now look, now there's nothing we can do on this down screen. Now we have to switch, okay? Because this player's going to come off a down screen, and look at all this separation. Now Kelly Olynyk has to leave the big, and this guard has to take this big. And at that point, you're screwed. Look at it. It's a total mismatch, and it's going to lead to a dunk. That's just really bad defense. Okay, I would never switch this. I'm never switching Kelly Olynyk onto a point guard, okay? Like right now, I am hedging. Oh, my God. Look at this. You're walking right into backside help. This hedge is so easy. And now Kelly Olynyk stays on a big, and I keep a guard on a guard. But you switch this screen stupidly, okay? So if you're Kelly Olynyk, you can't sag. Right now, coming off this, look at this. You've got to get up into his airspace, okay, and force him to the middle of the floor. I got gap help here, and I got gap help here, okay? That's where I need to send him. I wouldn't have switched this anyways, but Kelly Olynyk is going to sag, which you can't do, and it gives up an open jumper. Right, this is garbage transition defense. This player here needs to sprint back, okay? Sprint. I don't care who you're guarding. Sprint back. You get cross-matched in transition. It happens all the time. Sprint back. We need you in numbers getting to bodies, okay? So now if you have sprinted back as opposed to lollygagging back, you're ahead of the ball. What does that do? Now you can take the ball and Kelly Olynyk can come here and this player can guard here. But instead, look what happens. Now we've just created a 3-on-2 because you lollygag back, I guess, because you figure, well, I'm guarding this player, so that's who as long as I'm back to this player, that's fine. No, you get cross-matched. You got to get back so we can have numbers. Now the Wizards have numbers. It's a 3-on-2, and it's going to lead to an and one for the Wizards. Weird scram switching is totally unnecessary. Look at this. Stop. Why can't... Look at if I hedge this ball screen and this player's up. You're literally walking right into the backside defender. There's no place to go. And now I don't have to do all this weird scram switching. Look, this player getting ready to scram switch is never actually able to guard his man one-on-one because he's not in position. Because look where he had to come to scram switch. Okay? He was originally guarding down here. So now you're asking him to come all the way up and guard the ball. He's never actually able to defend him one-on-one. And it leads to an easy 2. Now, if you're doing the stupid scram switching, you've got to force him this way, okay? You've got to force him to the middle of the floor. This player needs to not hug the three-point line. He should be dropping, and if he comes to the middle of the floor, I can stunt and easily recover. But you let him go this way, okay? But really the problem is that this defender had no chance because he was never able to actually guard him because he was scram switching from far away, so he had to sprint to the three-point line, and you just end up giving an easy 2. It's so bad. All right, so we got a problem right here. You can't cheat. Okay, right now it looks like maybe they're going into a dribble handoff screen, okay? But again, this player, if you're going to get screened, get screened. What you cannot have happen is this. Look how you're trying to cheat this screen. So now look. Now this player's just going to refuse it, and you're out of position. So now, look at you're beat coming off this drive. Now, 2, this is out of position as well. Okay? You don't go to the free throw line. Okay? This player's right foot should be on the elbow. Okay? This player's not beat that badly, by the way. Okay? So if your right foot's on the elbow, you're fine. Okay? Your right foot's on the elbow, other one, wide stance. So when this player comes this way, all you got to do is just jab. You're just jabbing. But now you're easily able to recover. Nowhere are you ever supposed to be at the free throw line, okay, defending away from the ball. It's right foot on the elbow, left foot, wide stance the other way, okay? Back to the baseline. But this player's at the free throw line, okay? Now, this player getting beat a little bit doesn't help, but this player should be right here, okay? His right foot on the elbow. Instead, look what happens. He's way out of position, so you give up a wide open catch and shoot 3. Your idiot drop coverage in play. Okay, so this player's going to bring this ball back middle off this drop coverage here, and look what happens here. I mean, this player's got to be in backside help, or this is going to be a lob. The problem is this skip pass is so easy to make. Look at how easy the skip pass is to make. So this player's got to go from backside help to flying all the way out here. Never going to happen. So it's an easy pump fake, open jumper. So let's look at the difference if we hedge, as always. okay? How such a bad ball screen defense, drop coverage. All right, so you're up right here, okay? This player's walking right into backside help right here, okay? And if he's still rolling past that defender, then he's backside help is then right here. And this player sags down a little bit, okay, and occupies the Wizards players 2 passes away. But we're pushing this ball handler out this way. We're keeping him out of the lane. We're making sure that backside help is there and that these skip passes are much more difficult to make and will take more time, making for easy recovery. You're in this stupid drop coverage, so you're just putting everybody in a terrible spot, and it leads to an easy Wizards 2. Okay, again, first of all, this is a god-awful switch. Okay, first of all, with this ball screen getting set so far out, it is so easy to just jam this screener and go under, okay? Okay, again, that's what I would do. You can also hedge, backside helps right here. And under no circumstance am I switching Isaiah Stewart onto a guard, okay? It's just not happening. And if I do that, I have to be heavy in the gaps. I'm not worried that this player's all the way out here. I am dropping just a little bit. Not a ton, but a little bit. Back to the baseline, so when this player comes this way, I can stunt and then recover onto my man who's way out past the three-point line. So you switch Isaiah Stewart onto a guard. Horrible idea. You're not in the gaps at all. You're hugging the three-point line here. So this guard's just going to get right to the basket for a layup. You don't defend the down screen the right way. This player needs to be up, showing, so this player can't curl. He has to go out so this chase can actually happen. Look what happens when you allow him to curl. Now that forces help from somewhere else because this chase wasn't allowed to happen. So now, of course, that opens up the three-point line for the man whose man went to help, and it's just going to lead eventually to a wide-open Wizards 3. One, this is an awful switch because you're going to have Cade Cunningham switched onto a big. This is so bad, okay? Please just hedge this screen, okay? Cade Cunningham can come here. We have backside help right here. If we're pushing this guard out this way, if a skip pass is made here, this player would have plenty of time to get out here. But so you end up switching a big onto Cade Cunningham, who's going to get overpowered down low naturally, okay? I mean, look at this. Look at when this shot goes up. Okay, Cade Cunningham is here. His man is here. Okay, the other problem is, let's watch Jeremy Grant. All right, right here, if you're Jeremy Grant, just face him up right now. Just knock him off. Keep your body in front of him, though. Knock him off his spot. Push him away. When you turn, look at how he's turning. Okay, now this man can just wrap around you. You've got to be, as this player's coming towards you, keep your body in front of him and jam him. Just nudge him out, okay? But again, look, see how he's going to turn? So now he's going to allow this player to flip around him. See, look at that. So right now we're screwed. We have Cade Cunningham guarding a big, which is horrible down low. And now Jeremy Grant got turned around because he didn't just face the player coming and jam him out. He let him flip around him. So now when this Wizards player misses this three, look at this. I mean, who do you think is going to get the rebound here? It's going to be these Wizards players. And now it's an easy offensive rebound and a 2-shot foul. Horrible transition defense, all right? We'll start with Isaiah Stewart lollygagging, getting back. It doesn't matter that you're guarding one of these players for the Wizards. You've got to sprint back. We need you in numbers, okay? Sprint back. Okay, look at this lollygagging. He should be right here, okay? Because this player needs to be able to cut off the ball. You cannot just backpedal. You're just going to let your man get right to the rim. You got to cut off the ball, and if Isaiah Stewart's where he should be, I should be able to cut. Isaiah Stewart should be yelling, I'm in help, force him this way, and there's no place for him to go. But instead, Isaiah Stewart didn't sprint back. He's out beyond the three-point line. So now look, now this player's just going to backpedal his way, and just give up a free layup. More god-awful transition defense. This comes down to communication. So right here, Isaiah Stewart's got to say, I got ball, okay? Or he's got to say to Killian Hayes, you take ball, I'll take this player, okay? One way or the other. We can't have two people. Look at this. We're going to have two people going towards the ball, okay? That's the problem. Right now, you communicate. Killian Hayes takes ball, fine, then I'm going this way, okay? Or I'm taking ball, Killian Hayes goes this way. But two people go towards the ball, nobody takes that player, and it's an alley-oop. You have to hedge this screen. I mean, you just have to. Look at this. This player is going to be trying so hard to get over the top of this screen that he's never actually going to be able to guard Kyle Kuzma one-on-one. Look at that. Kyle Kuzma's never guarded one-on-one. He just overpowers, gets to the rim, and draws a two-shot foul. Okay? So right here, you have to, look at this. Look at how easy this screen is to hedge. You're up, pushing this guard out this way. He is literally walking into the backside help right here. There's no place for him to go. But you don't hedge. You're trying to fight over the top of the screen viciously, and it's just going to let Kyle Kuzma get right to the rim and draw a two-shot foul. Another god-awful switch by Isaiah Stewart. Look at this. If you're switching this right now, switch. So you're able to get up and guard this ball handler. This player comes down and guards the screener. Okay? It's got to be, look at this. Isaiah Stewart is battling with this screener. So look at this. We have two people guarding this. We have two people right now guarding the screener. That's all it takes Kyle Kuzma to have an easy drive right to the rim because Isaiah Stewart's battling with that screener for no reason, and now it's a two-shot foul with the Wizards in the bonus.